Most people wake up already behind. Not physically, but mentally. Before their feet even touch the floor, their mind is already racing. Yesterday's problems, today's pressure, tomorrow's worries. The phone lights up. Notifications start calling. And without realizing it, the day has already claimed them before they've claimed themselves. But the truth is, the first few moments after you wake up are the most powerful moments of your entire day. That's when your mind is quiet enough to listen. That's when your direction is still undecided. And whatever you place into yourself in that space doesn't just affect your morning, it sets the tone for who you become that day. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." That wasn't poetry. That was strategy. The Stoics understood something we've forgotten. If you don't choose your mindset early, the world will choose it for you. And the world doesn't choose peace. It chooses noise, urgency, comparison, fear. This isn't about motivation. It's about alignment. It's about training your inner voice before the outside voices get loud. Because how you speak to yourself in the quiet moments determines how steady you remain when the pressure hits. And if you've been feeling scattered, overwhelmed, or disconnected lately, it's not because you're broken. It's because you've been starting your days unguarded. So today, I want to share 5 things to tell yourself every morning. Not affirmations to hype you up. Not empty positivity. These are anchors. Simple phrases that ground you, sharpen you, and return you to yourself. They take less than a minute, but practiced daily, they change the way you move through life. This is Stoic Quiet Strength. Power in silence. The first thing to tell yourself every morning is this: I'm grateful to be here. It sounds simple. Almost too simple. But most powerful things are. We spend so much of our lives chasing what's next that we forget to acknowledge what's already here. Another breath. Another morning. Another chance. Not because life is perfect, but because it's present. And presence is the foundation of strength. Think about it. You weren't guaranteed today. You didn't earn it. You didn't schedule it. Yet here you are. Awake. Aware. Still in the game. That alone is enough to ground you. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is okay. It's about recognizing that being alive is not small. It's rare. And when you begin your day with that awareness, you stop operating from lack. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Gratitude pulls you out of that imagined future and places you back into what's real. Right now. This breath. This moment. When you say, I'm grateful to be here, you're telling your nervous system that you're safe. You're telling your mind that it doesn't need to rush or panic to be worthy. People think gratitude makes you soft. It doesn't. It makes you stable. It creates a baseline that external chaos can't easily shake. You move differently when you're grounded. You speak differently. You decide differently. Instead of reacting from fear, you respond from clarity. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Not to scare himself, but to wake himself up. When you remember that nothing is promised, you stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You stop postponing presence. Gratitude sharpens your priorities. Before the day asks anything of you, pause. Take a slow breath. Feel your chest rise. And say it quietly, honestly, without forcing emotion, I'm grateful to be here. Let it settle. Let it slow you down. Because when you begin from appreciation, you don't spend the rest of the day chasing peace. You already started with it. And once you've anchored yourself in gratitude, there's something else you need to release. Because many people wake up alive, but still imprisoned by what happened before. Which brings us to the next truth you need to tell yourself every morning. Yesterday doesn't own me. A lot of people wake up tired not because they didn't sleep, but because they never put the past down. Their body rested, but their mind stayed awake all night replaying scenes that are already over. Conversations they wish they handled better. Mistakes they wish they could undo. Moments they wish didn't define them the way they think they do. And without realizing it, they drag all of that into a brand new day like a weight strapped to their back. But here's the quiet truth most people avoid. Yesterday is information, not a prison. It was meant to teach you, not trap you. And the longer you let it follow you into today, the more power you give it over who you become next. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." That line carries more freedom than most people realize. Because what happened yesterday might explain how you feel, but it does not get to decide how you live today. You still have choice. You still have agency. You still have the ability to begin again. When you wake up and say, "Yesterday doesn't own me," you're not denying the past. You're placing it where it belongs. Behind you. You're drawing a boundary between what already happened and what you're choosing now. And that boundary is strength. That boundary is discipline. Think about how often people punish themselves longer than life ever did. A single mistake becomes a permanent label. One bad day becomes a bad identity. But the Stoics didn't believe in carrying unnecessary weight. Seneca warned that clinging to regret is like reopening wounds that could have healed. Reflection is useful. Obsession is not. You were never meant to relive the same day on repeat. You were meant to extract the lesson and move forward lighter, not heavier. And that requires a decision. Not once, but every morning. Picture this. Imagine all the thoughts you're holding onto from yesterday as stones in a bag. Regret. Guilt. Embarrassment. Resentment. Before you get out of bed, imagine setting that bag down. Feel your shoulders relax. Feel your breath deepen. That image alone sends a message to your mind and body. I'm not carrying this anymore. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, you can leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. When you truly absorb that, you stop treating each day like a continuation of your worst moment. You realize today deserves its own energy. Its own focus. Its own version of you. Letting go isn't weakness. It's clarity. It's the ability to say, I refuse to waste today fighting something that no longer exists. I refuse to let old pain dictate new behavior. I refuse to let yesterday rent space in a day it didn't earn. This doesn't mean you won't remember. It means you won't relive. It means you won't allow old emotions to hijack new opportunities. And the more you practice this release, the faster you recover. You stop identifying as someone who's always behind or always fixing. You become someone who adapts, learns, and moves forward with intention. Say it again. Yesterday doesn't own me. Not the mistake. Not the loss. Not the version of you that didn't know better yet. That chapter already spoke. Today is blank. And what you write on it matters more than what came before. But to truly protect today, there's one more battle you have to win. Because even when the past is quiet, the mind can still turn against you. Thoughts can spiral. Emotions can pull you in directions you never chose. Which is why the next thing you tell yourself every morning is this: I control my mind, not the other way around. Most people think freedom comes from changing their circumstances. A better job, more money, fewer problems. But the Stoics knew better. Real freedom begins in the mind. Because if your thoughts run unchecked, no situation will ever feel safe enough, calm enough, or good enough. You wake up calm, then a thought appears. Something you forgot to do. Something you're worried about. Something someone said that still sits wrong in your chest. And suddenly your body reacts as if danger just entered the room. Heart rate up. Breath shallow. Focus gone. Nothing actually happened, but your mind convinced you it did. That's the trap. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That wasn't optimism. That was instruction. Because the moment you forget this, your peace becomes fragile. Anyone can steal it. Any inconvenience can shatter it. Any thought can drag you somewhere you never intended to go. When you tell yourself, "I control my mind," you're not claiming dominance over thoughts. You're claiming authority over attention. You're reminding yourself that just because a thought shows up doesn't mean it deserves a response. Just because an emotion rises doesn't mean it gets to drive. Most people don't think. They react. They don't choose their inner dialogue. They inherit it. And that's why so many days feel scattered and heavy before they even begin. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." In other words, stop believing every thought just because it sounds urgent or familiar. Your mind will exaggerate. It will catastrophize. It will replay. That doesn't make it true. It just makes it loud. Here's where mornings matter again. Before the world starts pulling at your attention, you get a small window to set the tone. Sit still for a moment. No phone. No input. Just breathe. Slowly. And as thoughts appear, don't wrestle them. Don't analyze them. Just notice them and let them pass. That space right there, between the thought and your reaction, is where your power lives. Seneca warned that a mind distracted by every impulse can never be at peace. And peace isn't passive. It's trained. It's built by repeatedly choosing awareness over reaction. Calm over chaos. Direction over drift. You don't need to silence your mind. You need to lead it. Like a horse that's strong but needs reins. Without guidance, it will run you into exhaustion. With discipline, it will carry you exactly where you intend to go. This doesn't mean you'll always succeed. Some days your thoughts will take over. You'll snap. You'll spiral. You'll forget everything you practiced. That's not failure. That's being human. The strength is in noticing sooner and returning faster. Say it again. I control my mind. Let that sentence become a habit. Because habits shape identity. And identity shapes destiny. When your mind is steady, your actions follow. And when your actions are intentional, something shifts in how you relate to others. You stop moving from defensiveness. You stop needing to dominate or prove. You start moving from quiet confidence. Which brings us to the next truth. One that most people misunderstand. One that takes more strength than anger ever will. Kindness is my superpower. There's a certain kind of strength that doesn't announce itself. It doesn't raise its voice. It doesn't need to win every exchange. You feel it the moment someone walks into a room and the atmosphere shifts. They're calm. grounded, unbothered. Not because life has been easy for them, but because they've learned control. That presence isn't accidental. It's practiced. Most people think kindness is weakness. They think it means tolerating disrespect or avoiding hard conversations. But that's not what the Stoics meant by virtue. True kindness requires more discipline than aggression ever will. It means you have the emotional control to respond instead of react. The strength to remain composed when chaos would be easier. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." That's not submission. That's dominance of the self. When you choose kindness, you're not excusing bad behavior. You're refusing to let it corrupt your character. Every day, you'll be tested. Someone will speak sharply. Someone will misunderstand you. Someone will project their frustration onto you. In those moments, your ego will ask for retaliation. Your pride will want to respond fast and hard. But kindness pauses. It creates space. It reminds you that other people's behavior is often a reflection of their inner state, not your worth. Seneca observed that anger, when unchecked, punishes the person who feels it more than the person who caused it. Kindness breaks that cycle. Not by pretending everything is fine, but by choosing clarity over escalation. When you start your day telling yourself, "Kindness is my superpower," you begin to move differently. You listen more than you speak. You choose your words carefully. You become deliberate. That doesn't make you passive. It makes you precise. Kindness also frees you from needing validation. When you're grounded in who you are, you don't need to prove your strength through dominance. Your restraint becomes your signal. Your calm becomes your authority. Epictetus taught that we should concern ourselves only with what is within our control. Other people's moods, reactions, and expectations are not. But how you show up is. Kindness is one of the few things you can choose regardless of circumstances. And choosing it consistently reshapes your identity. Here's something practical. Before the day pulls you in 100 directions, decide on one small act of kindness you'll practice. Just one. A patient response. A moment of listening. A word of encouragement. Something quiet. Something intentional. These acts don't announce themselves, but they compound. They build influence. They build trust. They build inner peace. And the irony is, kindness often protects you more than hostility ever could. It disarms. It confuses aggression. It keeps your nervous system steady. You leave fewer interactions carrying tension. You preserve your energy. This is power in silence. This is strength without noise. When you live this way, you stop trying to control outcomes and start focusing on character. And when your character is solid, the external world loses its grip on you. But there's one final truth that ties all of this together. Because no amount of gratitude, release, discipline, or kindness matters if you're never fully here to experience it. So the last thing to tell yourself every morning is this. This moment is all I have, and I choose to be in it. Time doesn't disappear loudly. It slips away quietly. One day blends into the next, and before you realize it, weeks pass that you barely remember living. Not because nothing happened, but because you were never fully there for it. Your body moved through the day while your mind lived somewhere else, replaying the past or rehearsing the future. The Stoics were painfully aware of this. Seneca wrote, "Life is long, if you know how to use it." Most people don't lose time because they lack it. They lose it because they scatter it. Presence is what gathers it back. When you tell yourself, This moment is all I have. You're not being pessimistic. You're being precise. You're reminding yourself that the only place life ever actually happens is now. Not later. Not once things calm down. Not after you fix everything. Right here. Marcus Aurelius constantly returned to this idea. He warned against postponing life, against living as if awareness could be delayed without consequence. The future is imagined. The past is memory. The present is real. And anything real deserves your attention. Look at how often your mind leaves the room. While you're eating, you're planning. While someone is talking, you're preparing your reply. While you're resting, you're worrying. Presence feels uncomfortable at first because it removes distraction. And distraction is what most people use to avoid themselves. Epictetus taught that tranquility comes from aligning your attention with what is actually happening, not what you fear might happen. When you return to the present, anxiety loses its fuel. Regret loosens its grip. You stop arguing with reality. Enjoying the moment doesn't mean denying responsibility or pretending life is easy. It means giving your full awareness to whatever is in front of you. A conversation. A task. A breath. Even difficulty becomes lighter when you stop resisting it and start meeting it directly. Here's a simple practice. Right now, wherever you are, notice one thing you can see, one thing you can hear, and one thing you can feel. That's it. No analysis. No judgment. Just awareness. That small act pulls you back into your body. Back into now. When presence becomes a habit, your days feel fuller without becoming busier. You respond instead of rush. You notice instead of numb. And slowly, life feels less like something you're chasing and more like something you're inhabiting. These 5 truths aren't meant to be inspirational. They're meant to be lived. Spoken quietly. Repeated daily. Over time, they shape how you think, how you move, how you endure. Gratitude grounds you. Release frees you. Discipline steadies you. Kindness strengthens you. Presence completes you. This is Stoic Quiet Strength. Power in silence. If this helped you slow down, reflect, or see yourself more clearly, consider becoming part of this space. Subscribing isn't just support for the channel. It's a reminder to yourself that growth doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. Another video is waiting for you that goes even deeper into living with calm, clarity, and inner control. I think you'll find it worth your time. Thank you for being here.